Hello, my name is Cody Barthol, and today we're going to be discussing GEN parameters in the warehouse program. Some of the topics we'll cover today will be how to translate customer IDs, GEN weight types, GEN ASCII files, and GEN specific storage calculation options. Let's start by going to Enter GEN Parameter screen. You get to there from Entries and Enter GEN Parameters. There are several items that we'll be discussing. The Translate Customers item, right here. The GEN weight type item. The GEN ASCII files. And the Tariff paid flags. Also the first month free field. Let's talk about translating customers. It is not true that the GEN and the warehouse have to have the same customer IDs for the same customer. Let's go pull up one of our customers in the warehouse. On this screen, we'll notice down at the bottom left here our GEN ID. This is the field that it's looking for to make sure it's able to read in the incoming files from this GEN. If this is entered, the files are read in correctly. Now let's go look at the GEN weight type. Anyone receiving bills from someone using the eCotton GEN program should have this type set to gross weight. We'll pull up a test GEN. You notice here our GEN weight type is set to gross. Now let's go and import a file into our warehouse program from the GEN. Our GEN has just sent this file, and now we're going to import it. I'm going to press import. Before we read it in, I'm going to go ahead and preview it. We'll see the weight in the file here. This is the GEN weight. And the first barrel on our list is going to be bill number 1. You can go ahead and close here. This time we'll press yes. And we're going to do nothing with this file now that we've imported it. This would give us our report. We can see here. This is a report to show us what we're about to import. We could print this out or close it. And now we can close again. And now we're going to go to our warehouse and edit post imported bills. And we'll notice that all of our bills are now in this screen. Go ahead and hit post. And it looks like we've already posted these, but now we'll know they're posted. And after posting all of these bills, we would then go to our bill review. And let's pull up this first bill. We'll notice here our bill number 1 that we pulled over. We'll notice that the program has pulled in the gross weight, subtracted the tare weight, and listed the calculated net weight here. If for some reason we're pulling in the net weight for the GEN weight type, the type would be set to net on the screen, and it would pull in that weight and add the tare weight to get the gross weight. And it is very important to call the gins before the season starts to verify what their bagging and ties will be each year and to make sure that we will not be making any changes. It is also very important that we get the correct tear weight set up because this will affect the weights of the bales we'll be issuing. So we will want to make sure that we have received the correct tear weight from the packaging committee there. Alrighty, let's close out of here. Now let's talk about our gin ASCII files. This is for our customers who wish to handle their own bill receipts. And the ASCII files make sure that they are still able to get the warehouse weight information as well as the date stored pulled back into their computer. And let's go to our entries and enter gin parameters here. We're going to have our delivery method set to airmail. Go ahead and save this. One thing that I would like to point out is in this screen, this Translate Customers box. If this is not checked, then we will not be able to post until we've entered these new customers into our warehouse program. If we do have this box checked, it will automatically create a new customer when we receive a new file from a gin if we don't already have that customer entered. And we'll see an example here. If that box is checked, that Translate Customers, we'll see that it will automatically create this new customer for us when we pull in the file from this gin. Another thing that we'll be looking for, as we mentioned earlier, the customers that are created by the system, we'll have to go in, give them a name, if we would like. We will have to enter their gin and also the gin producer ID. Save this. Alrighty, and so now that we've gone ahead and posted our bills, we can go into the satellite, and yes, we wish to create, and it's going to print our report. You can see here it's going to create 26 bills for us. And we're going to go ahead and click yes, we wish to transmit. And we'll see that there's a pending airmail now posted by another program. And this is Stamp kicking off to send our ASCII file. And it'll tell us the gin ASCII files were created for the following gins. And we see our gin here. We would go ahead and press OK there. Close that out there. We'll see we're going to go ahead and press yes here, and we'll see that it's now kicking off Stamp. We'll see mail file sent 1 of 1, so it just sent that ASCII file for us. We can go ahead and close out of Stamp. So now when we issue that receipt, that ASCII file was sent off at the same time when we were creating those to give that gin a copy of that file so that they can handle that on their end. Let's now go back to enter gin parameters and discuss the tariff paid flags. Just pull up our test gin here. The first month free field down here at the bottom left, if this box is checked, the paid through date on the bill is moved forward 1 month. If a bill is stored on 5/5, it is paid through 6/5. If this box is checked here, that is. Let's go into our system parameters really quickly. In our system parameters, under our preferences tab, we'll notice there's another box, first month storage in separate tariff. If this box is checked, no paid through date is sent through the provider system, but the calculation date is moved forward 1 month. The second thing that can happen is the warehouse may also have a standard tariff set up for a per bill charge that they call first month storage. If you do have the system parameters for first month storage in separate tariff checked, you'll have to check the box for first month free in the gen parameters, because if this box is not checked also, it will double the charge. Let's now look at a gen that we have set up that does not have the first month free checked. And it also does not have the system parameter box turned on. We'll find that under entries and enter gen parameters. We'll see this here. You'll see this is what we have for this gen. We do not have this first month free check. We also do not have that box checked in our system parameters. We can now go to the bill review and pull up one of the bills from this gen. You'll see this gen ID here. Let's pull up this one. And we'll see that the date stored and the count date are exactly the same here. There is also no paid through date. Alright, let's cancel here. And let's go now and ship an order from this gen. That'll be our order number 7. We're going to go ahead and press ship. We can then save this and print this report, or this invoice rather. This invoice shows us all of the charges for these bills. You'll see these here. Now let's look at a gen code that has the first month free checked. That'll be this one. So we do have this first month free box check down here at the bottom. On this one, however, the first month on separate tariff is not checked in the system parameters. So now let's go to the bill review and look up a bill from this gen. We'll notice on this bill there is a paid through date entered here. So see this paid through date, and it is 1 month after our date stored there. So you can go ahead and cancel here. And now let's go ship one of these orders from this gen. We'll pull this shipping order up. And this will be our shipping order number 8. We can now ship this order. And now let's pull up a gin. And this gin is going to have our first month free checked. This gin is also going to have the box and our warehouse system parameters checked. I'll go ahead and save here. If you have multiple gin codes in your warehouse, there's not a way to turn this field on for just certain ones. If this box is checked in your system parameters, it will remain checked for all of the gins that you have. So see, in this case, this one is checked. Close out of here. And now let's go pull up a bale from this gin. Here's one. We'll notice here that there is a date stored with the count date 1 month after, but there is no paid through date on this bale. Just the count date has been moved 1 month. Let's go now and ship an order from this gin code. We'll pull this order up. This is going to be our order number 9. We'll go ahead and ship. And save. We'll pull up our invoice here. On this invoice, we'll notice that the storage date showed 1 less month for our count of the storage dates, but there is a first month storage free that was in our separate tariff that it is adding to this invoice that is different than our 12 cents per day charge. And my data wasn't quite exact because I was doing this in 1 day. On your end though, you would receive these orders and it could be several days before they're shipped out and not necessarily all within the same day. And that's going to conclude our discussion today on the gin parameters in our warehouse program. If you have any questions about this topic or any other topic, please feel free to give us a call at 1-800-571-4434 and we'll be happy to assist you in any way that we can. Thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a very great day.